with me if you're on the YouTube feed. And I'm so low in the frame here. Here we go. Hoop. Welcome to the Hoopla of Y'all show. I may say this twice because I need to get the other live feed going. Yeah. Forgot to type this in first. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, welcome to the Hoopla of Y'all show. I am your host, Shay Rippinger of Hip the Hoopla. And we here, what is the Hoopla of Y'all show, you may ask? It is health, humor, and hooping. And you can see in the background we have hoops. And I have one on my chair that I'll be demonstrating with in a few moments. I'm going to try and keep tonight's show short, and that'll be a novelty. No. Anyway, I am a hooper. I come from a health background and a humor background, so hence why I do this show and all that kind of good stuff. So put my own little spin on things. Bump. See, that's kind of the fun of this stuff. Because hooping is also known as spinning and stuff like that. So one of the things it can be called. Alrighty. So if you didn't already catch last week's show, catch that. We just got back from Sturgis and hooped in Sturgis. That was awesome. I give you a report on that in the last show. And this week is pretty cool too. I forgot to mention last week that I had a little follow up. So this is a health part, and it's going to be a little PSA, public service announcement too. So. What happened? I had gone to the skin doctor to go get my 3-month checkup because, as you may know, if you guys have been following me at all, you may be new to the show, and great, welcome. If you're watching live, type in your questions. I will try and answer them on the videos. I think I can see the live feeds on YouTube and Facebook, which we're broadcasting on with 2 different cameras. So so you may or may not know that I had skin cancer this year, melanoma. I was diagnosed with that. Got a big, nice old, it was about a 5-inch cut up thing, 4 or 5 inches. I don't know. It was like a third of my upper arm. It was just like a lot. But anyway, I'm healing from this still. This was done in, so it's been many months now. But and they say it takes a year for a scar to heal. So got some news on that. Anyway, when you get diagnosed with skin cancer, nobody expects this. Nobody wants that. You don't think it's going to happen to you. And I really didn't think it was going to happen to me because I'm not a sun bunny. I don't like go lay on the sun. I've gotten a few sunburns sometimes, but not on purpose. I'm a very fair skin, so I try and cover up and all that kind of good stuff. But I didn't know that one of the things I've learned is that cheap sunscreen is carcinogenic. That sucks. So because they always tell you wear sunscreen. No, this is my recommendation to you. Wear good sunblock. What is good sunblock? There's a couple things. Zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. I have a couple recommendations with that in a minute. But anyway, so I went to the skin doctor because I was having my 3-month checkup. And so skin, they go through your whole body and just go, all right, anything going on and all that kind of good stuff. So I had a couple of now that I'm freaked out about skin stuff, not freaked out. I shouldn't say that. That's an improper word. Sometimes I say things to over exaggerate because it's funny, but that one I don't mean. But concerned. So you become a lot more vigilant at looking at spots and seeing things and stuff like that. So anyway, went to the skin doctor. There was a couple moles I wanted to get checked out because they looked suspicious to me. They were new. They were a different color. There's an A, B, C, D, E thing that you can go through that like asymmetry, the color, A, B, B, I forget what B is. C is for color. S is for silly, which is this dog right back here, brown. Can you come, doggy cameo? All right, this is where we get silly in the show. All right, doggy cameo. Oh yeah. So this is brown, brown. So yeah, he is a little guy, big guy, big guy. I'm 5'1", and he comes up like he's such a sweetie. So I puppy nanny for him. Here's old now. Anyway, all right, Brown. I need to keep going on with the show. Yes, silly goofball. All right. So anyway, yeah. So the moles that I wanted to have checked out, no big deal. They didn't want to do anything with those. But I had a weird, the one that sparked the doctor's interest in a way that she wanted to do a biopsy on it. So, all right. And some of you may or may not know that I don't want to get this slicey dicey thing done again, where they take out, where you have this teeny tiny little thing and they take out this huge section of skin to do that, because this takes a long time to recover from. I mean, in the scale of things of, what other people have gone through and stuff like that, this is nothing in comparison, but, it's still a life-threatening disease, and you definitely want to take it seriously. Anyway, so I had a biopsy done, and, the good news is, well, like, I called up to get the results of the biopsy, and to like, blah, 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 these big words that I didn't understand. Because I've researched out skin cancer, but I don't know all the skin conditions and things like that. Blah, blah, blah. Is it cancer or not cancer? Not cancer. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Not cancer. Great. Okay, good. On with the show. So, but yeah, so anyway, that was cool. And today I got the stitches taken out. So I got like a little itty bitty, it was like a little, maybe like if you took the tip of a pen, that was the size of the mole that got taken out. Let's see, here's a camera view right there. La 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 la. That's maybe not in focus, but anyway, the tip of a pen, tip of a pencil. It's very small, but anyway, so I opted to have, so I told him I wasn't going to do the slicey dicey anymore. So I said, go get what you want out of the biopsy, because the way they have to do it is not what I agree with, according to the AMA, American Medical Association, because I have alternatives that I would prefer to do at this point. I'm glad I went through it this way for once, and then, I'm done with this version of it, Anyway, so they did a punch biopsy instead of a regular biopsy. So instead of one stitch, I had 3 stitches. And apparently, if you have clothes that grab the stitches, I was wearing leggings, and I thought that was bothersome because the fabric kept on moving and pulling the stitches, and aggravating them. And yes, you could put a bandage on, but apparently my skin does not like the latex. It's not even the latex; it's the adhesive on the bandages. So my skin gets very inflamed and doesn't like that. So, and basically my friend who's a surgical nurse, Jen, was telling me, try and let the wound heal with open air as well, because it helps the healing process. So, you learn a lot of all kinds of new stuff with this stuff. So, yeah. So I have a couple of recommendations, and one comes with a slight little story that I would like to tell real quick, and hopefully this is okay. I didn't clear this in advance. Normally I try and get all my stories cleared to ask permission. But my stepbrother, Jim, had right around the time I was doing the skin cancer thing. So basically my dad and my stepmom had 2 kids that were like, what the heck? So major life issue things. So my stepbrother was changing out a gas tank on his Jeep in a garage, and miraculously things happened in such a way that they could have gone way worse. But the bottom line was he caught on fire, and his wife was there, managed to somehow get a fire extinguisher, put him out, get 911 called and all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, he has a lot of skin grafts and things like that. Could have been way worse, But couple things that I wanted to bring up with this, because they just connected with me yesterday, because I've been researching out all this skin stuff. So it's like, okay, so for the itchy stuff, what do you do? Because when you're healing from something, I don't care if it's like a little scrape or not necessarily bruise, but like when the skin is trying to like pull itself together, the scarring process can become quite itchy. So they were asking me some advice on that, because they had tried Benadryl, and I'm like, I that's been recommended to me. All the regular stuff has been recommended to me, and I just like, I might try it for about 2 seconds, and then it drives me up the wall, because the chemicals don't work very well for me, and I prefer not to do those. So that's just my personal preference. You can make your own decisions, but anyway, so interestingly enough, I was trying to research it out, and I was trying to find something really gentle. And one thing that is very skin soothing is calendula. So when I was healing from my scar, um, and when I say that, this scar is supposed to take a year to heal, right? Ugh, yeah, boy, isn't that fun? But anyway, in the process, it's still itchy. So, and it's got some lumps and bumps in it. So I massage it out to try and get the cartilage, the scar tissue, work down on that and stuff like that. And you're supposed to keep it moisturized as well. A friend of mine recommended bio oil. I tried it. I didn't like it. It has some natural ingredients in it and some crappy ones too. One of the crappy ones that I don't like is the fragrance. So, because I just don't like the way it smells. So, but that's my personal opinion, and I'm like, well, let me see if it'll work on some other stuff. So I'm like, I'll try it, and I'll report back to let you know if it works. So far, I hadn't seen any improvement with the bio oil. Um, but anyway, the calendula is really good, very healing, and so when I was looking for some stuff, I ended up over in the baby section, because also I was looking for, hi Nicole, um, I was looking for something very gentle for my skin that was natural ingredients. So originally I had found a diaper rash cream from like Dollar Tree, right? And the interesting thing about that was that the diaper rash cream has zinc oxide in it. So zinc oxide happens to be a good sunblock. Well, the stuff that I had gotten from Dollar Tree, from the dollar store, was not something that I really wanted to use, because still has petroleum products and stuff like that in there. So I really preferred not to use that. So I went and kind of researched out in the baby section of at the health food store, and I found a diaper, uh, like a diaper rash cream, and so it goes on white, and it has the zinc oxide in it. So if you think of zinc oxide, if you think of lifeguards at the pool and you ever wonder why they have a white nose, it's because they've put on this sunblock, which is zinc oxide, and it goes on white, generally speaking. They actually have some sunblocks now where it's a non-nano sunblock that uses zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. So those are the good ingredients, and those are sunblocks. So they don't do a chemical reaction on your skin to blow off the, not blow off, but they don't react on your skin with the UV and changing the UV rays on your skin. It actually blocks the UV rays. So I like to go with that route, and after having done some research, that is a better route for me. So you can use this information for whatever works for you. But anyway, the that stuff seemed to be very soothing. And when you think about it, a diaper rash cream for a baby, it goes on a little baby's bottom, because they're irritated, they're wet, and they cry, and because they're miserable, because they've been sitting in their wet diaper for a little bit or whatever. So that can't be very fun. So you want to get something very soothing on their little soft baby skin right away, that's going to be extremely gentle but heal as quick as possible. So I also found a homeopathic diaper rash cream, and it happened to have calendula in it, and that happened to be, so I put that on first, and then I put the cream on which is that has the zinc oxide, the zinc oxide in there. So I use those two, and they're very gentle on the skin. So when so my stepmom and my stepbrother had contacted me yesterday about, what's gentle to use on the skin. We've tried Benadryl, it's not working. His skin's itching while it's healing from the skin grafts, from the burn stuff. So anyway, so I recommended that, and then I forgot that there's another really good one, which is colloidal oatmeal. That's supposed to be very soothing on the skin. So if you are able to soak in a colloidal oatmeal bath, that is good. Not hot water, because that irritates the skin and it dries it out. But like a cooler or tepid water, that is good to do. So that's another recommendation. So yeah, so your sunblocks, your calendula, and your diaper rash creams. So your sunblock, the zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, and all that kind of good stuff. So again, health PSA announcement. And why I forgot to mention that the the theme of the show tonight is punt. So because football season just started, so you may be watching this whatever time of the year. If you're watching a recording of this, thank you. Let's see here. Oh, so Nicole wrote a comment in the section. A&D has a good one with zinc oxide in the baby section. You can make your own oatmeal bath by grinding up oatmeal in a coffee grinder. That's exactly what I did. Yeah, because I didn't know what colloidal oatmeal was, and it turns out colloidal oatmeal is like oatmeal. Like I'm not sure what makes it colloidal. I've used colloidal silver before, and I think that goes through a whole different process to do a colloidal silver. Hi, Jennifer. Brown's here. He's quiet in the background right now, so I'm not going to wake him up. But go through the beginning of the video where he does cameo in the beginning. He'll join me in the end, especially when I get out the hoop to start hooping. Anyway, yes, so the colloidal oatmeal is really helpful. I actually ground it up and I made my own lotion out of it. So, and I put it in with shea butter and coconut oil, and I think I used like either lavender or frankincense, because those are supposed to be very helpful for skin issues as well. So those are some recommendations to help for healing, for scars, keep them moist, all that kind of good stuff. And yeah. So one of the reasons why I had brought up my stepbrother is not to tell a sob story, because I'm not about sob stories at all. But my stepbrother has the best attitude, and I mean, he even beat me. He could run laps around me in positivity of how he handled such a dire situation by being, I don't want to say burn victim, because that word is a tough one for me to use, because he, burn thing happened to him, but he's not victimized by it. So he has a really positive attitude, and I mean, when you joke around with, he jokes around, and it's he's a real breath of fresh air. So everybody else, it's interesting when you have something happen to you, and people, they pile on. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you're going through that. I'm so sorry. Sorry. First of all, why are you apologizing for it? Because it's like, you didn't do anything to cause it, hopefully. Unless it's cancer, and then you help cause the stress that helped cause the cancer. So in that case, I might, debate that one. But anyway, other than that, you shouldn't apologize. It's not your thing to go through. But of course, we want to be empathetic. We want to say something nice and stuff like that. But he's so funny, because he just brings people along on the journey with the humor of, like, what it takes to, go through what he's going through. And but he's still just in really bright, good humored spirits. I can't get over saying good humor. So, and I like to cover humor as part of this show. So, yeah, that's part of it. So it's really awesome. So on that note, I want to do a little laughter yoga exercise. so that we get, you might have had a stressful day while you're watching this or whatever, before you got here. So I want you to just let some of that energy go and get some happy energy in, and expand your smile and get some good oxygenation in your lungs, which helps your body be very healthy. So I'm all about trying to, oh, there's Brown, he's talking, being happy, healthy. When you're happy, that helps promote your health. So, all right, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. Through the nose, roll the shoulders back. Exhale it out. And as you exhale, we're going to laugh it out. And actually, you can do jazz hands on that. I'm going to do small jazz hands in the camera so you can see it. But you could go big and expand and stretch and get a little extra energy in here. So, you want to do this with me, Brown? He's looking over at me like, face on this guy is hilarious. All right, come on up. Come here. Oh, yes. Okay, ready? Breathe in. Okay, see the humor part of this show. He has a really long tongue. All right, we're going to breathe in and laugh it out. See, he's laughing. All right, ready? Breathe in and laugh it out. One more time, breathe it in. And exhale it out. Dog not included. Anyway, you can do this on your own, with or without a dog. Yeah, all right. I'm not into, like, kissing the dog and full frontal on that, but, sometimes kisses happen. Anyway. And when we're done with the laughter yoga exercises, we take our, also had mentioned, I have links up to the videos from Sturgis, from Hooping in Sturgis, and also since, and of course tonight's theme is punt, so punt being, football season, and also the metaphor of punt is like sometimes you just need to punt in life. When life throws you something that you didn't know you had to accept and all that kind of stuff, and what do you do with it? Sometimes you have to punt the ball away. So anyway, we just went to the first Broncos preseason game last night, and it was a really good game. Normally preseasons are kind of boring, and you leave early, and it's not all that interesting. But it was really fascinating, and it was really fun. And we went with Jen, who is Brown's doggy mommy, and it was a blast. So anyway, okay, so I am going to go over a hooping move with you guys tonight that wasn't a special request, but this is for Lisa. I believe her last name is Rasmussen, who's in the Fab Over 40 group. I'm going to move my chair in, and she was doing elbow hooping, and she was posting a video on that. And I know I have an elbow hooping video, and I know it needs to get posted because I posted it, but I didn't make it a public video. So anyway, I wanted to give you a few tips on elbow hooping. So, and you can kind of punt with this too. So, all right. So what you can do is you can get this started on your hand or on your elbow. So if you get it started on your elbow, a couple of tips. Okay, so what elbow hooping looks like is like so. So you might notice a few things going on here. First of all, I have a nice steady beat. I'm so I'm going to give you a few tips that go with this. Steady beat is one of them. So if you don't have a steady beat, it's going to go, I'm going to beat, 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 and then it's going to die on your arm if you don't continue that steady beat. So, and also another tip is you want to go cheerleader arms on this. This is not a comfortable position. You're going to go, so if you have two hoops, you can do it this way. But I want you to be nice and tall. Notice that my arms are really level. If you point your arm down, your hoop's going to fly off this way. If you point your arm up, your hoop's going to go this way. The hoop likes a perpendicular. So make sure you keep this in nice and tight. It also likes one thing to rotate around. So if you start doing this with your arm and taking it out, unless you're hooping on the tip of your elbow, you've created two things for the hoop to rotate around instead of trying to get this going where you've got one thing for the hoop. So this is elbow hooping with one thing for the hoop to rotate around, okay? So, and then you can take this in, pop the arm in, pop the arm out. So you want to keep this going in wheel plane. So wheel plane, think of wheel plane as the wheels on a car side, you know, you don't have wheel plane going that way because your car would be like weird. Okay, so when you drive your car like this wall plane, like you went up to a wall and you stuck your nose against it, that's where your hoop is going, that's wall plane. So in these techniques and that the tricks and the jargon that I'm giving you, the names that I'm giving you with this, also work for poi, contact spinning, a lot of the different flow arts. So this is important if you start experimenting or having some fun and playing with other flow props. So poi, I don't have some handy, but anyway, they're little balls that you wing around, and they can be on rope, they can be on chain, they can be, you know, you can light them on fire. Only fire poi, don't just light regular poi on fire. And also, if you're doing fire at all, fire spinning of any kind, definitely make sure that you do fire safety first. So I don't joke about the fire stuff. So that's very serious to do. And always have a fire safety. So you want to wear fire safe clothes, have your fire safety, and know what you're doing by researching it out first and being with other people that know what they're doing if you do not. So anyway, back to elbow hooping. So you can get this started by just giving it a little wing around. You can also get this with a little beat, 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 beat. Now you can also take this, so I am in wheel plane starting out with this, but you don't have to be in wheel plane. So I can be here, so in case you're doing a trick where you're transferring the hoop from one elbow to the other, you can be in wall plane, okay? So you can also take this behind the back. Let's see if I can do this with a tiny hoop. There we go. And the hair. So you can take this and then break it and change the direction of it. So if I don't keep this all nice and pointed in, so if I do that, you saw that the hoop popped off my arm. So I was trying to over exaggerate it a little bit so that it would pop off and show you, demonstrate what happens with that. So pointy arm, I like to make sure that I do this. I know this sounds stupid, but cheerleader arms, because so keep the thumbs in, because a lot of people kind of T-Rex here, or I see people make a fist or this like weird, like, you know, like they're grasping something but they don't know what. So rather than, you know, have this weird hand, and also if you do a fist, this is right by your face, so don't do, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? So try not to do that. So that's why I do this, because it looks nice and it cleans up your lines. And if you have your thumb into your chest, it's a really good tricep workout there, because this is because you're doing a good stretch and a good beat on this. So you can do this little beat up and down if you like. So that's some tricks with elbow hooping that should help you out to be able to do that. These are a little bit more advanced where you're trying to get switching from side to side. You can also get a little toss in. Whee! You can get the hand in. Whoops. There we go. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. So you're going to find your opening on that. Also, and you can of course do this with two hoops. So one of my favorite ones, let's see if I can do this without knocking all the hoops down. That doesn't look like it's going to happen. So let's see if I have enough room to do this. But you get two going. So if your hoop starts going wonky, it's where you are pointing with your elbows. So like for instance, this hoop started going wonky. So get this going in a nice steady beat. So you can just get this going on the arms. So by getting both together, so I'm going same time, same direction with the two, and I can bring both arms in, beat, 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 beat. So the arms need to stay steady, but you can also take one out, one in, one out, one in. That's something that you can do with it. So you can play with these, and then you can break and take them in different directions. You can break one, and then break things in your office. So what I'm trying to do is get one going in one direction and one going in the other direction. Let me just do it the other way that I know how. Let's see here. All right, there we go. So, beat, beat, beat. So this is same time, opposite direction. So the beat is the same. I'm flapping my arms just to over exaggerate this. You do not need to do that. So just like waist hooping, it takes a very little movement, but it does take movement. If you don't do movement, you get that happening. So that was an over exaggeration, but if you get like one hoop dying on you, because you're not keeping a steady beat. So anyway, so that's some elbow hooping tips, elbow, and yeah, I just included arm in there too. So, ooh, more bang for your buck, and the show is free. So look at all of that, all that for your viewing pleasure. Okay, so I'm very excited to announce that the World Hoop Day dance choreography is going to be released this week, and very excited about that. We have an original song for World Hoop Day, and so very, very excited about that. And next week's theme will be choreography, and not only that, I will be leading a 3-day free, no money involved, choreography challenge. So that will be lots of fun. I'll be putting out videos for that. So go to the Hip the Hoopla page on Facebook and sign up for the choreography challenge. And I'll put some news and alerts about that. That will be next week. So this week is the World Hoop Day Dance, and I will be announcing the schedule. I'll be doing some live trainings on that. We'll have a video up. When I say we, I will have a video up that will have the moves on there, a breakdown of them. But I'll be doing live training, so if you have any questions on moves or want to learn new things, and there will be different levels too. And the reason why I'm doing the choreography challenge is because there are parts in the dance that you can choreograph. Of course, you can do free flow. That's fine too. But what if you had an interesting, cool, where you showcased what you are like so. I'm going to say the words because this is an ode to Jonathan Baxter. If you're a badass hooper, so if you have moves that those are your badass moves. Let's showcase those. And when I say let's, I mean you. And so with that, with World Hoop Day, it's a celebration all over the world. Grab your hoop. You can be one person, you could be two people, you could be a group of people, you could be a whole cadre of people. We're going to have a whole celebration in Fort Collins, Colorado. So for the Colorado World Hoop Day, and we'll have free workshops there, performance. We'll be doing some fire spinning later, and we're raising money to get hoops to the hands of kids. We're really proud with our organization because I think so far we've gotten 50 hoops from last year to different organizations across the world, across the globe, so locally and internationally. So we're really thrilled with that, including an orphanage in Ghana, a place in Mexico, and it's in Africa, South Africa, something. I'm not sure because I wasn't the one that got those hoops there. I'm going to be responsible for getting some to a local organization around here. So anyway, so look for that 3-day challenge. I will pop the links in here. And also, let's see here. Oh, and I will also pop the link in I did a hooping video from the game yesterday. So it was pre-game, and so I want to qualify that. I'm in the stands before the stands fill in. So once there's people around, I'm not hooping and like flinging a hoop in their face. So, but before, we get there really nice and early, and the stands are empty. So, and I'm in my whole Bronco regalia, silly get up, in my shtick, as I call it. So I am Bronco Bikini Girl. I'm one of the Bronco super fans. Not officially recognized or anything like that, but I keep hashtagging it. So keep hashtagging me for a Bronco super fan. And then maybe they'll recognize me. We've had season tickets. I'm going into my 7th season doing this. So and every year I try and bling up try and make some tweaks and changes to my outfit a little bit more. So I added some more belly dance coinage to my hip scarf, and I got a lot more compliments when I was walking through because it makes a lot of noise now. So it's like ting 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 ting. So it's a lot of fun, and it hangs better, and I really like it. So next week I'll probably bling out the bikini, the Bronco bikini, and again, I was really nervous because, it's like, what do I do now? Because I have like these um, arm bracelets that I wear, and one of them goes over, and they slide down anyway, so I've got to kind of rethink the costume anyway. But I double bikini it and have like a hip scarf, and plus I have this big monster Bronco hat. I'll demonstrate with that later. But anyway, you can watch the video of it, and you can just see it all live. I will put the link in the video here. So for the Facebook and YouTube. So anyway, alrighty. I did say I was going to try and keep it shorter today, and I'm going to honor my commitment and promise. So my call to action for you is go check out the 3-day choreography challenge, which will be happening next week. It'll be the 14th, 15th, and 16th of August. So I know that just dates this video right now, but and if you're watching at another time, you can still go in and do the choreography challenge because it's still good information, but we're going to be doing it as a group. So the more the merrier. So even if you don't know a lot about choreography, you're going to learn some cool moves, and then you're going to get some creative energies, some sparks to maybe either put some of those moves that you learn together, or experiment and put together your version of what might work. So for you, so you might want to do 18 counts, or you might want to do as much as 32 counts. So you can do 8 counts and repeat it 4 times. So, but yeah, like the goal, I think it'd be really fun to do 32 counts. So that's the goal, and that's not scary. So one thing is, I'll give you a hint, a pre-tip on that, is that you do not have to dance on every beat. So it doesn't have to be a different move on every beat. So you can have something that takes up 4 counts, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, with your hoop. So you can do all kinds of stuff. So lots of creativity involved. You'll definitely have some fun with it. All right, so I am Shay Rippinger of Hip the Hoopla. Thank you so much for watching the Hoopla of Y'all show. And today we did punt. Oh, do I have my little mini football in here? It's in here somewhere. Yeah, I do oh yeah, there it is. I have it on my desk because I did the Hooper Bowl challenge, and I did a video, and I didn't post it. So anyway, Broncos. So let's see if I can do a punt. That's a really bad punt. Uh-oh. Here comes the dog. He's going to think this is a chew toy. So not a chew toy. That's actually that was a Bronco giveaway. Oh, and it says Denver Bronco cheerleaders. That's probably my husband's. But anyway. Okay. So tune into the choreography challenge. Stay tuned for World Hoop Day dance choreography. And World Hoop Day is Saturday, October 6th this year. And wherever you are in the world, mark that on your calendar. We're going to be prepping for it. So we're going to learn that World Hoop Day dance. It's going to be fun for all levels. Doesn't matter if you're beginning or a pro. We'll have something for everybody in there. And hopefully you'll enjoy it. So tune in and try it. And yeah, let's go. All right. Rock on. Peace out. I'm going to end the feed now. So I don't think I see any other questions popping in. Okay.